Hi everyone, let's just give it one more minute, just making sure that you can all see my screen and hear me okay. Hi everyone, hi Bill, hi Grenville. Excellent, thanks John, thanks Jackie, Pete, Mike, very efficient Mike, well done. Florin. Okay, let's get going. Where is it? Here we go. Right, yeah, Jerome Powell has shifted everything, isn't he? I mean, it looked before his testimony on Tuesday, it looked as though the market was fairly risk positive. It was turning a corner again on the dollar, but then Powell came out and said that basically that 3 rate hikes was pretty much a given, possibly even 4. Inflation being a key driver. Inflation picking up. So you've seen this big turnaround on the dollar index breaking out above that 90.57 level. Now you look at dollar index. This is a big turnaround, but is it anything decisive? Not yet. Not yet. You got that big downtrend that dates back to March last year. Still intact. It's basically still just a retracement within that downtrend, and you can sort of see that coming through on euro dollar. Euro dollar being a retracement move has created this little top pattern. Yes, it's just marginally completed it, but this big uptrend is still intact on euro dollar, and that gives me a concern that obviously the dollar is strengthening. Yes, I'm sort of accepting that the dollar is strengthening and it's breaking key levels. It's broken that 22 figure level on euro dollar. It's broken 37.65 against sterling. But again, on sterling, it's just a move, a rally within this long uptrend on sterling. There is, I think, sterling weakness now that we're going to likely to see that's going to fall away, and you're likely to see sterling probably back around the sort of 38 area. Sorry, 36 area, which is this old breakout level. 36.70 was this breakout high, and then you can come that back to 35.50 to 36 area. I think a retreat towards 35.50 to 36 is possible now on sterling, and that uptrend comes in around 35.30 today. So it's just still within this uptrend, and dollar is strengthening, but I think the market is just going to quickly factor in this dollar strength and use it as another opportunity to go short on the dollar. I don't think it's going to be a sustainable move. Near term, yes, we have seen strength on the dollar, and you can see that developing through all these charts. Gold is another one. Gold sharply turned around on Tuesday, and it's now testing 1306. 1306.80 was the February low. Again, as I said, that February low on euro dollar has been broken. That February low on cable has been broken. Not yet broken on gold. 13 big figure is key level on gold. That is a key long-term pivot, I think. And if you start to see a 12 handle, then you're looking a little bit more concerning, I think, on gold. But for now, I'm still happy that this is just a retracement within sort of medium to longer term positive trends. Again on gold. But it is a risk-off environment. Look at the DAX today. Massively sold off. DAX before Powell the other day was breaking higher within this trend channel, then turned on a sixpence, fell away Tuesday, Wednesday, and decisively lower today. Now, if Powell comes out and just reiterates what he said the other day about inflation and going forward, then I think you're likely to see possibility of a near-term continuation of this move, but I don't think it's going to be decisive. But the fact is that at the moment risk is off, and that has sort of shown through the fact that the yen is still very strong. Yen is again, I mean, considering how much the dollar has been rallying against the forex majors, the yen has been stronger. in the last few days, actually continuing this trend lower. Big strong bear candle yesterday. Everything around sort of 107.30 seems to be a selling opportunity on dollar yen. 107.65 and 107.90 being the latest two lower highs. But yeah, it still looks to be a sell into strength on the dollar yen. And if you sort of take that yen, you look at charts such as euro yen, breaking a massively key level of support at 131.15. Euro yen, I think, is a sell, 131 to 132. Sterling yen breaking down below 146.90. 148 was a key level on sterling yen. These old highs turned into support, now breaking down below 146.90. That is, if that continues to the downside, which it looks to be, I think 146.90 to 148 becomes a sell zone because you've got this trend lower, and that again is playing out for the yen strength. But also the other factor in this market, or certainly on sterling yen and other sterling charts, is Brexit. Brexit is again, I think is going to be in the coming weeks a massive issue for sterling. It looks like, following on from the EU's proposal yesterday, it looks like the EU is going to play hardball, and it is playing hardball in the fact that it's suggesting that there should basically be a border within the in the RSC. So effectively, the island of Ireland becoming effectively still part of the EU. Well, I mean, I don't think that's going to go down especially well with the Conservatives, and there's going to be a massive argument about it. And subsequently, I think we're going to see big battles, and the only loser in that, well, not the only loser, basically everyone is a loser in Brexit anyway, but the only major thing that we need to consider in these markets is the fact that sterling will come under a lot of volatility and selling pressure in that environment, and that's sort of playing out through sterling yen coming lower, cable pulling lower. As I said, cable back towards 35.50 to 36 is likely. So I think we've got weakness that we're going to see in cable in the coming days on the back of this. We've got a big speech by Theresa May tomorrow. Again, how's Theresa May going to react to the EU proposal yesterday? It doesn't look as though it's going to be a particularly pleasant exchange, and subsequently I think we're going to see sterling lower. So what we've got is sterling. Let me show you. What we've got is sterling under pressure. Following on from Barnier's comments, you've got the yen outperforming still, and I think that is important. Yen outperforming pretty much across the majors. Now the euro had been performing well, but is now under pressure from politics. Politics over the weekend, I think, is going to be key for the euro. You've got the SPD in Germany, which is voting the coalition partner for Angela Merkel, and their party is voting on whether to go into the coalition or not. And if they vote against it, then that's going to create uncertainty again for Germany. You've got the Italian elections over the weekend. And they are highly likely to hung parliament. And subsequently, we can see again further political instability and uncertainty in Italy. So it's going to possibly weigh on euro now. So if you look at euro yen, for example, I think that's coming lower. And I've got here on my list here possible sells or possible trades, selling euro yen 131 to 132, breaking down below 131.15. 132 was an old support as well, and that becomes resistance. You've got this downtrend. Any unwinding move towards 131, I think, on euro yen is a selling opportunity. Is it a selling opportunity today, right now? It's unwound a bit. I think it could unwind some more. And again, as I said, I think 131 is ideal. I think you could, if you saw a little unwinding move towards 131, I think that is ideal, and that's where I'd be starting to look for my selling opportunities on euro yen. But you're going to have volatility likely after the weekend, so if you do see an indeterminate result in Italy, then you could quite easily see the euro falling away. But yen remains a strength play in these markets. So watch that. Also got Aussie yen. Now Aussie yen is a market that I looked at in my morning report today. It is a key market that is moving to the downside. It's a risk play. Risk on, risk off. Risk on, Aussie yen goes up. Risk off, Aussie yen goes down. And what can we say about this downtrend? You've got yen strengthening, but also now with added risk off as well. So you're below 84.40. You've got this downtrend channel. You had 83.30, which had been holding a support the last few weeks. That broke decisively lower yesterday, and the market has fallen further today. So I think Aussie yen is a key market. You look at these momentum indicators, all negatively configured. Doesn't look positive in any way at all, Aussie yen. And I think any unwinding move, I think on Aussie yen is a chance to sell around 83.10 to 83.30. I think it would be a fairly decent level to get if possible. Okay, so I've got a question. What are your thoughts on Aussie and Kiwi divergence? Well, could look at Aussie and Kiwi actual chart, and that will show AUD NZD equals. And you can see that Aussie Kiwi is falling, and has been falling for a while. You had this morning, the reason the Aussie is underperforming is you had weaker than expected Aussie business data. Let me show you. Weaker than expected Aussie business. Aussie business investment dips in Q4. Missed on capital investment and missed on CapEx as well. So yeah, that's been dragging on the Aussie today. It certainly looks as though that one, look at that fib level, 50% fib coming in, having been supportive, it now becomes a basis of resistance. That is a really important level actually when you look at it on that chart. So really interesting move that we're seeing there on Aussie Kiwi. So yeah, selling into strength on Aussie Kiwi, it would seem. Kiwi certainly seems to have been an outperformer on the Aussie in recent months, as you're sort of tracking lower highs, lower lows, and yeah, it's going forward and seems to be why everything's gone red, which is annoying. That suggests I've lost connection for some reason. Don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, so it all looks as though Aussie is set to continue to underperform against the Kiwi. So yeah, so selling Aussie yen, I think, is a primary one. Whether you'd sell it now is I mean, again, you've seen a really strong move in the last couple of days. Markets are consolidating a little bit in front of. Oh, I've got my data back, which is good. Markets are consolidating a little bit in front of Powell's speech today. Now, is Powell going to do anything this afternoon that rocks what he had done previously? No, I don't think. I think what will tend to be the case is he'll probably just reiterate this afternoon. You've also got the core PCE for the States this afternoon. That's a big factor. And also ISM manufacturing. So you've got three key points to watch out for this afternoon that could create volatility. So watch out for all that. Right, a few more comments. Just comments from John. Audio dropped about the same time. I hope my audio is back and okay now. Views on sterling Kiwi. CPP NZD. Yeah, I think anything sterling related seems to be under pressure now near term. Not a decisive outlook really on sterling Kiwi. You can tell that with the fact that the moving averages are basically all flat, but the market has fallen away. And you've got this bearish engulfing candle yesterday, continued lower today. It looks like the market is probably going to now come back and test 189. but it's not a decisive chart in any way. No, it isn't decisive, but it looks as though the move yesterday and into today, with the Kiwi actually holding up pretty well. Sterling is under pressure again. I think sterling is a near-term sell, and it would just depend on which markets you would sort of play that against. I think sterling yen is probably the one that I'd be looking out for the most, in the fact that the yen has been pretty much a consistent outperformer, and sterling yen is breaking key level of 146.90 today. So yeah, I think that's going to see further selling pressure, and I think selling that into strength, sell signal between 46.90, 48 figure, I think is probably a key one to play. It's also broken. I mean, I've got this long-term uptrend on sterling yen, been broken now. And you compare that to the fact that cable has been in this uptrend as well, but it's way higher within that. So it's still looking a little bit corrective. So that would also near term, but within a medium term positive trend. But you haven't got that positive trend now on sterling yen. So that is something that I would be aware of, the fact that the yen continues to be a key performer on these forex markets. So generally speaking, I mean, in these volatile markets, you always look at average true range. In my opinion, average true range is the average of the range on markets across, I think, 20 days, across the last 20 days, and it has been falling away ever since in the last sort of week or so, since the volatility started to settle down. But still, look at average true range when you're putting your trades on, because that would tell you that, say for example, average true range. Right, let me show you. Average true range on euro. Okay, what was I going to sell? I was going to sell sterling yen. Prime example, actually. Prime example. Sterling yen. Oh no, what have I done there? Okay. Sterling yen. This is the sterling yen average true range, 130 pips. Today's range is about 70 pips, 60, 70 pips. 60 pips. So it's less than half of the average true range. So that would be my question. Would you put the trade on now, with the prospect that you could have you could easily have an intraday move that is still yet to play out on an average basis? You can see all these much bigger daily moves have given you an average true range of 130 pips. So there is still volatility likely to play out through this session, and you could easily see 148. What's it currently? 140. Today's low 146.45. 130 pips on that is 147.75. So you could easily see that rally and play out just a normal average true range. So that's what I would be concerned about trading, and take that into consideration when you put your trades on. So generally speaking, I'm still, as I've got here, on a longer term basis, I'm still medium to longer term dollar outlook negative. Is the Eurozone data beginning to disappoint, beginning to roll over? It's a questionable. I can't even spell though, but it is questionable. So watch out for that. But yeah, the yen remains a big factor, big outperformer. Brexit concerns, again, I can't spell. Brexit concerns remain key on sterling, and that is likely to continue. Gold is under pressure to the downside with the dollar strengthening, but $1,300 is key. So yeah, just quite a lot to consider today, because still lots of moves to play out. But I think that a lot of these trades, for example, euro yen 31 to 32, not really at my level yet. Aussie yen 83 to 83.10 to 83.30, again not really at my level. I mean, I'd rather just sort of wait on this, because you've got the volatility of Powell as well, possibly, that you can put some trades on. So watch out this afternoon. DAX under pressure, big breakdown on the DAX. Let me just look at that. Broken of the trend channel. You got 12.380 is that fib level. You got the level of support that's been broken at 12.83. It doesn't look good on the DAX, does it? Has FTSE broken down yet? 7,200 is key on FTSE. It's breaking down, not quite yet broken. 71.80, I think it was 71.87. Still hanging on just, well, yeah, these markets are not looking great in the European markets. Anyway, with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading. I've sort of been talking a lot, and I hope that you've sort of taken something out of this this little session. But yeah, we're going to be talking on Tuesday next week, and then I've got my payrolls webinar on Friday. So look out for that and sign up if you want to. But thank you very much for taking part again today. Good questions as ever, and I will speak to you all soon.